I'm Snow White.
I'm Elsa.
Today we are going to make peasant cookies. Now we found this recipe the other day when we were walking through the village and a wonderful aroma came out of that house, do you remember?
Yep.
And so we went on in and I asked them if we could have the recipe. And so today we're going to share that with you. Shall we get started?
We shall.
Step number 1 is applying your apron. We as princesses don't want to get our gowns messy.
Step number 2 is getting all your ingredients ready to cook. 4.5 cups of flour,
2 fresh eggs,
1 cup of powdered sugar,
1 cup of freshly churned butter,
a cup of oil,
1 cup of granulated sugar,
1 teaspoon of vanilla,
1 teaspoon of crema tartar,
1 teaspoon of baking soda. Hey Snow White, would you mind going and turning on the oven to 375 degrees?
Okay. Well, let's start mixing up the batter, shall we? So we first start with our first 4 ingredients, which is the granulated sugar, powdered sugar, the butter, and cooking oil. Now, Elsa, you know I like to keep the palace nice and tidy. I'm gonna clean up all these dirty dishes before we move on.
Wow, I'm so happy we raised the taxes on all of those peasants. Now we can finally afford a KitchenAid mixer.
Yes, it was so inconvenient having to whisk this up by hand before. Right, so when you are wanting to mix up your ingredients, you need to have it on about a medium speed, which is about a 2 or a 3 on this KitchenAid mixer. Oop, too fast! So after you've creamed together those 4 ingredients, now you add your 2 fresh eggs.
Now it's time to beat the eggs.
Now we are down to adding just our last 4 ingredients. We have our 4.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of cream tartar, and a teaspoon of vanilla.
Now we're gonna mix it all together.
Once your dough is mixed up, now it's time to make the dough into balls. Now I use a spoon because I try to make all my balls the same size. So I got a teaspoon of dough and now I roll it in my hand and it looks like an inch-sized ball and I just set it on my tray. Now we're going to use a fork to imprint on the cookies. Now, when we got this recipe from the peasants, they didn't involve this step. But I thought that this added just a little more royalty and a little more fancy looking to the cookies.
We're gonna place these in the hot oven for 10 to 12 minutes at 375 degrees.
So while the cookies are baking, we're gonna have a little tea question and answer time from questions from our viewers. Elsa, the viewers want to know, how do you get your hair so beautiful?
Well, that is a very good question, Snow White. So the answer is I do absolutely nothing because I woke up like this.
Up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless. Ladies, tell them I woke up like this. I woke up like this.
Snow White, everybody is dying to know, how do you keep this glorious mansion clean?
Well, you know, before I was a princess and I had to live with those 7 small men, they were messy. And I had to rely on the squirrels and the deer to help me. But now that I'm a princess, it's hiring the best cleaning service.
And this was question and answering.
The cookies are done baking. Let's give them a try.
Yum, these are really good. You did a good job.
Yeah, these are they're really good, Elsa.
Thank you for watching Royal Cooking. Have a blessed day.